So probably the most famous name in online mattresses, Casper, has done a bit of a revamp to their mattress lineup, but what about their most high-end bed, the Casper Wave Hybrid? We're gonna talk about that bed in today's video. Hey, how's it going? This is Owen. I'm with CNET and we have our solo review of the Casper Wave Hybrid. This bed seems to be pretty much unchanged with the whole, Casper mattress revamp. They introduced two new beds, the Casper mattress and the Casper Snow. Reviews of those beds will be down below in the description. But we're here to talk about this particular mattress, and it has a lot of features and bells and whistles that you're probably gonna be interested in. We're gonna talk about what this bed is actually made of, what it feels like for it to sleep on, all those extra bells and whistles, how much it costs, and who should think about actually getting this mattress. This bed is made for a pretty specific person, in my opinion. We're gonna have a lot of extra stuff in the description, so be sure to take a look. And if you find this video helpful or interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's just dive right in by covering the policy info for the Casper Wave Hybrid. This is stuff like shipping, returns, trial periods, and warranties. Now, we did get sent this bed for free from Casper so we could test it out thoroughly and tell you all about it. But if you get one for yourself, you start with free bed-in-a-box shipping. This is how the vast majority of beds are delivered these days because it's a very simple and easy process. You just bring the box inside, you open it up, you rip off all the plastic, and you watch your new mattress inflate. Now, this is a heavier mattress, and I pretty much always recommend having someone there to help you. Unless you're getting like a twin size bed, you can probably do that solo. Just makes the process go a lot more smoothly with someone helping you. Now, once the mattress arrives at your door, not when you start sleeping on it, is when your 100-night trial period begins. So I would try to get it unboxed as quickly as possible, because if you leave it in the box for a week or two, that will eat into that 100-night trial period. And you want to be able to spend as long as you can to really sleep on the bed at home to determine if you like it and you want to keep it. If you decide that you don't like it for whatever reason within that trial period, you can return it and get a full refund. I highly doubt you'll be returning the bed because you're doing a ton of research, like watching YouTube videos. So if you do decide to keep the bed though, which again, you probably will, this bed is backed by a standard 10-year warranty. This set of policies you get from Casper is kind of the minimum set you should expect if you order a mattress online. Some brands go way above and beyond with the trial period and the warranty. I think 100 nights is more than enough, but certain brands go up to an entire year. And if you want more time to test, then maybe try out a different brand. But again, it should be more than enough time. Let's move on to the more interesting stuff now, like what this mattress is actually made of and what it's gonna feel like for you to sleep on. And the construction of the Casper Wave Hybrid is a little bit complex. So given the name Wave Hybrid, you would expect this bed to use pocketed coils as its main support base, and that is correct. We tend to divide beds into two really big categories before we start separating them into more distinct categories. And those two are all foam beds and hybrid beds. All foam beds are exactly what they sound like. That means that under the cover, all of the mattress is comprised entirely of foam layers. With hybrid beds like this, it usually means you're getting coils and some combination of other foams. Pocketed coils in general are a better option for heavier folks because they will provide you with a bit more long-term support and durability. If you are heavier, say 220 pounds or more, we would recommend using a coil bed. You'd probably be fine on an all foam bed for a while, a good number of years, but it will wear out more quickly than a coil bed will, and you obviously want your mattress to last as long as possible. So those pocketed coils are pretty nice. They also add some extra bounce to your mattress and some extra airflow because there's just less material for air to travel through when you're comparing a steel coil versus dense foam. The only real downside is that pocketed coils don't isolate motion as well as foams do. This is just because they're naturally more bouncy, but modern pocketed coils like this do a way better job than old school innersprings, so it's not something I'd worry about too much. Right above those coils, you have a layer of transition foam, and you have another layer of memory foam, then you have 2 layers of Casper's signature foam. All of these foams do feature what they call airscape, which is essentially just little perforations in the foam that help improve airflow. Now, a lot of times brands love to talk about how their beds sleep cool and that their foams are super breathable. A lot of times that is just marketing. However, with the airscape foam, we do think there's something to it. When you press down on the foams really hard, you can actually feel a little puff of air coming through, which is pretty nice. Now, I mentioned the complexity of the construction. It sounded pretty simple when I just described it, but this bed features what Casper calls Zone Support Max. And what zone support means is that the bed is going to be divided into separate sections with slightly varying levels of firmness. So with this particular mattress in the center third, you're getting a bit extra firmness where you carry the majority of your body weight. And then on the outer thirds, like for your shoulders, it's gonna be a little bit softer and it's gonna provide you with a bit more pressure relief. Now, it is pretty sophisticated on the Casper Wave Hybrid. The foams are cut out in very specific ways, and the transition layer above the coils actually features these little gel pods for even more targeted support. This bed is actually endorsed by the ACA, the American Chiropractic Association, because they think it can help alleviate some people's back pain. We have seen zone support designs in many other mattress brands, and pretty much all the beds from Casper feature some form of zone support, but it's easily the most advanced on the Casper Wave Hybrid. So if you are someone who suffers from back pain and you really want to find a solution and other beds in the past haven't really done it for you, I think the Casper Wave might be worth a try. So aside from the zone support design in this mattress, the construction adds up to give this bed a very soft, neutral foam feel. That's kind of what you would expect from the brand Casper. They're really known for crafting mattresses that are comfortable to the vast majority of people out there. It doesn't have a distinctive feel one way or the other, it's just kind of middle of the road. It does feature a layer of memory foam within its construction, but that Casper signature foam just has a really nice balance between being pretty responsive, yet also being nice and soft, and you sink into it a little bit, but it doesn't really conform to your body's shape all that much. I would be really surprised if you tried sleeping on this mattress and found it to be strictly uncomfortable. It might not be exactly what you're looking for if you're looking for that more classic dense memory foam feel in your next mattress. This really isn't it, but I would bet you'll probably be happy with the feel of the Casper Wave Hybrid. It's just super accommodating. Let's move over to the subject of firmness now. This is another really important factor when deciding on your next mattress. And in our test, we found this bed to be around a flat medium on our scale. This means it should be generally accommodating, like its feel, for most sleepers, back, stomach side, and combination. If you are looking for an especially firm mattress or an especially soft mattress, you might want to look elsewhere, but I think most people will be able to get by on it, especially if you're sharing this mattress with a partner, because not everyone can agree on exact firmness, and a medium works pretty well for everybody, or if you're a combination sleeper. In the Casper mattress lineup, they don't really have anything super noticeably firm. However, they do have the Casper Nova Hybrid, which is noticeably soft. It's very plush. And I think strict side sleepers might want to check that one out first because it'll offer you a ton of pressure relief. But I think most people will be happy with the firmness level of the Wave. I should also mention temperature regulation here. I did say earlier that this bed is nice and breathable, and I don't think you'll have any temperature issues. It should sleep temperature neutral for pretty much everybody, but you do have the option with the Wave Hybrid to spend up to get it in the snow version. You essentially get some extra active cooling elements on the top layer of foam and the cover itself that's supposed to help the mattress sleep 5 degrees cooler. I can't really attest to that 5-degree number exactly, but I do think it will sleep noticeably a little bit cooler than the Wave without the snow technology. The price gap is pretty significant. We'll talk about that here in a second. So I don't know if it's gonna be worth it for everybody unless you are a very hot sleeper who wants every little advantage to help you sleep a little bit cooler. And that's a perfect time to switch over to talking about pricing. And I think this is probably gonna be a sticking point for a lot of people because the Casper Wave Hybrid is not an inexpensive mattress. When we're just looking at the MSRP, the queen size for a Wave Hybrid is gonna be around $2,900, which puts it firmly in that luxury tier of mattress pricing. If we're looking at the Wave Hybrid Snow, it's gonna be $500 more, so that's gonna be around $3,400, which is a pretty tough price point to get your arms around. This bed will occasionally go on discount. From what we've seen, Casper is less consistent with their discounts year-round than some other brands, but they will offer pretty good discounts around major holidays. Right now, I am recording this in the Memorial Day holiday window, and for their Memorial Day sale, you can actually pick up this bed for closer to $2,300, which I think is a pretty decent value, but that's probably not gonna be the price you'll pay year-round. Make sure you look down below in the description for any discounts we are able to find. That should help you save the most amount of money. But there's no getting around that the Casper Wave Hybrid is an expensive bed. And that leaves us with the question, who should think about picking up the Casper Wave Hybrid for themselves? And I teased at the top of the video that this is probably for a pretty specific person. And I think that's for someone who has a pretty good amount of money to spend on a new mattress and has back pain that they want some kind of relief from. This bed is really accommodating with its firmness and feel, and I think most people will like sleeping on it, but that price point is gonna be a tough hurdle to get over for a lot of people unless you have some kind of back pain and you want a mattress that's gonna try and actively address it for you. There aren't that many beds out there with such sophisticated construction elements to help alleviate back pain and have been endorsed by the ACA. So if you do have back pain and you have a good budget, I think this is a really good option to go with. But if you're not someone who has a lot of back pain, I'd probably save money and go with a more inexpensive option like the Casper Original Hybrid. But what do you think? Write us down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the Wave Hybrid? And if you have any additional questions, there's a ton of info in the description to help you with your online mattress search, including reviews of all the beds from Casper. If you found this video helpful or interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. But that's gonna do it for me. This is Owen at Home. I'll see you in the next one.